I'll never forget the summer I spent in Idaho, surrounded by the endless potato fields and the Sawtooth Mountains. It was supposed to be a relaxing getaway, a chance to escape the hustle and bustle of city life. But what I experienced during those long, hot summer days would haunt me forever. I had rented a small cabin, nestled among the trees. The owner, a grizzled old man named Jack, had warned me about the strange occurrences in the area. "Just ignore the noises at night," he'd said with a wink. "It's just the wind." But it wasn't just the wind. At first, it started with small things. Doors creaking open on their own, the sound of footsteps outside my cabin at midnight, and an unsettling feeling of being watched. I brushed it off as mere paranoia, but as the days went by, the events grew more intense. One night, I woke up to the sound of scratching on my window. It was a slow, deliberate scrape like someone was trying to claw their way in. I froze, my heart pounding in my chest, as the scratching grew louder and more insistent. Suddenly, it stopped. The silence was deafening. The next day, I explored the surrounding woods, searching for any sign of wildlife that might have caused the noise. But the trees seemed to loom over me, their branches tangling together like skeletal fingers. I stumbled upon an old, abandoned mine shaft, hidden behind a thick veil of foliage. The entrance was dark and foreboding, and I felt an inexplicable pull to enter. As I stepped inside, the air grew thick with the scent of decay. I fumbled for my flashlight and turned it on, casting flickering shadows on the walls. The mine seemed to stretch on forever, a labyrinth of narrow tunnels and caverns. I began to feel disoriented, the silence broken only by the sound of my own ragged breathing. Suddenly, I heard the scratching again. This time, it was all around me, echoing off the walls. I spun around, but there was nothing. The scratching grew louder, more frantic, and I knew I had to get out of there. Fast. I turned to run, but my feet felt heavy, as if rooted to the spot. That's when I saw it, a figure, tall and imposing, standing at the far end of the tunnel. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and I felt a chill run down my spine. I tried to scream, but my voice was trapped in my throat. The figure began to move towards me, its eyes fixed on me with an unspeakable hunger. I knew I was doomed. Somehow, I managed to break free from my paralysis and sprinted out of the mine, not stopping until I reached my cabin. I locked the door behind me and collapsed on the floor, gasping for breath. From that day on, the occurrences escalated. I'd find strange symbols etched into the walls, and the scratching grew louder, more persistent. I knew I had to get out of Idaho, to escape the darkness that seemed to closing in around me. I packed my bags and left in the dead of night, not stopping until I reached the safety of my own home. But even now, I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched, that the darkness from Idaho has followed me here. And when the wind scratches against my window, I know that I'll never be able to escape the horror that lurks in those Idaho woods.